Good evening. Welcome to Second Monday Blues. My name is Lee Fagan. I am Senior Director of Programming and Engagement here at the Logan Center. And we're thrilled to have you on this lovely Monday evening. So thank you all for being here. We will start out with an interview between the artists, followed by a set with these amazing musicians, Billy Branch and Lurie Bell. Thank you so much. Take it away, Billy.
All right. Thank you, Lee. And thank you, everyone, for coming down tonight. We're happy to have this opportunity to bring the blues back to the South Side, where once upon a time long ago, you could probably hit maybe 15 or 20 different places and hear live blues 7 nights a week. And I'm proud to have my good friend here, the featured artist of the evening. How about one more time, another round of applause for Mr. Lurie Bell. Now, he and I go way back, and this is kind of strange that I'm interviewing him, but before I interview you, I'd like to just give a little background. Here's some quotes about Lurie Bell. An incendiary fusion of Chicago blues boilerplate and his own mercurial imagination, hyperkinetic energy, and dazzling technical dexterity. That's from the Chicago Reader. If there is a Chicago blues child who perhaps epitomizes the blues life, it's Lurie Bell, the premier guitarist in the Windy City. That's from the Boston Blues News. Born in 1958, the son of one of my mentors and teachers, famed blues harmonica player Carrie Bell. Now you tell me if I'm messing up any of this is not true, Lurie. Lurie Bell picked up his father's guitar at the age of 5 and taught himself to play. In addition, he grew up with many of the Chicago blues legends around him: Eddie Taylor, Big Walter Horton, Eddie C. Campbell, Eddie Clearwater, Lovey Lee, Sonny Land, Slim, Jimmy Dawkins, and many more were frequent visitors to your house, correct?
I believe that. Close enough, yeah. As far as I can remember, that's been so many years ago. Okay.
All right, so far so good. At 7 years old, Lurie left Chicago to live in Mississippi and Alabama with his grandparents. During this time, he played mostly in the church. At 14, he moved back to Chicago and continued to play in church, as well as forming his first blues band while attending high school. Okay.
Well, I got to correct that.
All right, correct.
When I was in high school, it wasn't really a blues band.
Okay.
It was a rhythm and blues.
It was a rhythm and blues band. Okay. All right, I stand corrected. By 17, Lurie Bell was playing on stage, I think this is wrong, with Willie Dixon. Is that right?
That's not right.
That's not right.
No,
but I do know this. In 1977, he was a founding member of the Sons of Blues.
That's true. That's correct.
That is correct.
Yeah.
He was 19. I remember it like it was yesterday. And including Freddie Dixon, and along as Garland Whiteside. In the beginning, our band, which I currently am the band leader of the Sons of Blues, every member except for myself was the son of a famous blues man. And I came up with the name.
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm not going to argue with you on that.
Lurie has received many, many accolades and awards. Let me see, let me name a few of them. I have them listed here. Okay, I'm gonna name a few. Living Chicago Blues, Volume 3, we received a Grammy nomination. That was 1978, I believe. He was featured on numerous recordings, including on Alligator with Living Chicago Blues Volume 1 with Lurie Bell, King of the Jungle with Eddie C. Campbell. Some of the awards were the Prix des Blues Award, Best Blues Recording in 2013. Grammy nomination 2010, Best Traditional Blues Album for Chicago Blues, A Living History, which we were both on that together. 2015, he was the winner of the Best Traditional Blues Male Artist from the Blues Foundation. 2014, he was the winner of the Song of the Year, nominated for Album of the Year, Traditional Album, Best Guitarist, Best Traditional Blues Male, A Blues in My Soul. Song of the Year, nominated, it doesn't say if you won for the song The Devil Ain't Got No Music, which I think, didn't you write that, Spank?
I wrote that.
Matthew Scola. Give him a nice round of applause. Who is now the director of the Logan Center Blues Festival. He wrote that song. Okay, also Best 2012 Best Traditional Blues Album, he won for Chicago Blues, A Living History, which we both did. Album of the Year, on and on and on. I could go on and on, because I know y'all want to hear some music, so I'm not going to read everything, okay? And I would like to say this, again, in 1977, Lurie Bell, myself, Freddie Dixon, and the son of Clifton James, who was Willie Dixon's drummer and Bo Diddley's original drummer, were recruited to attend and perform at the Berlin Jazz Festival, along with Willie Dixon as the host. And this was our very first performance. This was our very first paid performance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was our first gig we ever had, was at the Berlin Jazz Festival. He was 19 years young, had ways like a baby child.
No. I'm not going to agree with you on that.
And he stayed in the group until 1982, but he's been going strong ever since. And let's give another nice welcome. A nice round of applause for Lurie Bell.
Thank you.
Just a few questions before we get started, Lurie.
Okay.
So, who were some of your main childhood influences?
Well, I used to love to listen to the guitar player that accompanied my dad back in the day. South side of Chicago, a guy go by the name of Roy Johnson.
Roy Johnson?
Yeah. And people like Eddie Taylor. He was a guy who I listened to.
Eddie Taylor was a major part of the Jimmy Reed sound.
Right. And of course my father, you know, he blowed harmonica back then, and he also was a guitar player.
For those who may not know, Lurie Bell was one of Chicago's greatest blues harmonica players. I had the fortune to have replaced him in the Willie Dixon band, and he is probably my strongest musical harmonica influence. He was just a fantastic artist and a great human being. Go ahead, Lurie.
I used to listen to a guy who go by the name, everybody used to call him Fast Fingers, but his name was Jimmy Dawkins. He was a guy who I grew up learning from. That's about it for guitars.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when did you know you wanted to become a professional musician?
Well, I was invited to one of my dad's rehearsals when I was very young. and I used to listen to the band that my dad had. He was the leader of the band, and I was listening and listening, patting my feet and enjoying the rehearsal that they had down in my dad's basement on the west side. And my dad had some instruments that were there, you know, and I had a chair and there was a guitar laying in front of me, and I decided to pick the guitar. I said, I'm gonna see, can I play with these guys, you know? And I said to myself, and before I know it, I was jamming with the band, you know. I mean, I wasn't amplified, but that was the guitar, and I could hear myself. That was good enough for me. And from then on, you know, I decided that I wanted to be a blues guy, you know.
You just decided, just like that.
Well, I had the ear to play along with the band, so it, you know, I said to myself, why not? You know, maybe you could be a member of this band.
And also, your brothers are very accomplished musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember when, in the early days, going back to the early 80s, one night, one rare time, that our drummer, Mose Rudis, who was with me for almost 35 years, he got sick, and we needed a drummer on the spot on the south side, a place called House of J Lounge. Lurie's brother James at that time, I think, was 10 years old. And he played the whole night with us. And Lurie reminded me, I'd forgotten about this, that he made probably 5 times the money that we made because everybody threw chips in a hat for him. But I'll never forget it. He was so tired that his mother carried him out of the club in her arms after the show. And his brother Tyson, excellent bass player, played in our band, the Sons of Blues, for a little while. And James on drums, and his brother Steve is excellent harmonica player, continuing in the tradition of Lurie Bell as well. So basically the whole family, the whole Bell family was very musically talented. Just a few more questions. Do you have some very memorable professional memories that stand out right now?
Well, I remember when my father was working as a harp player with Willie Dixon. Willie Dixon and the Chicago Blues All-Stars. And they were busy on the road, you know, and I was just, you know, still in high school then, you know. I remember Willie Dixon said to me, you know, you come along on the road with us, you know. He brought me on the road with them. I mean, I wasn't a member of the band, but I was there, you know, and to be able to be on the road with a guy that was my dad's band leader, Willie Dixon, was an honor for me to go on the road, you know. And they were, you know, and they were, to me, one of the baddest bands that I ever heard, you know, back in those days, you know. And,
well, I remember that because I was brought as an apprentice with the Willie Dixon Chicago Blues All-Stars while your father, Lurie Bell, was still in the band.
right.
And man, that band was out of sight.
They were tough.
Yeah, that was, to me, maybe when your father was possibly at the height of his prowess on the harmonica.
Oh, yeah.
And you also played with the Queen of the Blues, for Coco Taylor, for a while.
Yeah, Coco Taylor,
Sun Seal.
manager. Yeah, Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
They are, one day, Pops Taylor Coco's husband came down to the old club Teresa's that used to be on the south side of Chicago. And, he asked me that I want to go on the road with him, with Coco. I said, of course, man. Take it out. And before I know it, I was in the van with Coco. Yeah. I think that was when I first started out, working as a professional guitar player.
Do you have any interesting or exciting upcoming projects right now? You got anything like maybe recording or any special tours you got in your sights right now?
Well, I was offered just a few days ago to do a recording for Delmark Records in Chicago, and they wants me to do a new recording.
And when he says a new recording, I've got about 2 pages, maybe 3, of a list of the recordings that he has played on. I will say this, it was very well known in this city. I almost want to cover his ears because I don't want his head to explode. But it was very well known in this city that if you're a guitar player and Lurie Bell's in the house, you better come on with it. I've known guitar players to not want to come behind him. He was actually, and still is considered, one of the best blues guitar players that ever lived. Give it up for Lurie Bell.
Thank you.
And on that note, y'all ready for the blues out there? All right, we're going to start out with Juke. Okay, all right. You ready, Lou?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, the 2. Blues Juice. We want to thank him. Yeah. So you feel like kicking off? How you feel, man? Yeah.
Come up with it.
All right.
Let's see. G.
All right. I know we don't have the whole band, but you can clap your hands and move a little bit. Don't fight the feeling. And the bar is over.
Every day I had a blues. Every day I had a blues. But when you see me working pretty big, when it's you, I do hate to lose. Nobody loves me. Nobody seems to care. Every day I had a blues. And when you see me working pretty baby, when it's you, I do hate to lose. Every day I have the blues. day. Every day I had blues. Yeah. Every day, people. Every day I had blues. You see me working, but it's you I do hate to lose.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's do some slow.
You want to slow it down?
Few baby.
All right. Look out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sail on, my little honeybee, sail on. Sail on, my little honeybee, sail on. Gonna keep on sailing until you lose. Sail on. Sail on, my little honeybee, sail on. Sail on, my little honeybee, sail on. I don't mind sailing, as long as you don't sail on too long. hear a lot of buzz.
We want to thank you.
Honeybee. I hear a lot of buzzing. You know, it sounds just like my little honeybee. She's been around the world making all kinds of honey. And now she's about coming back home to me.
Lurie Bell, y'all. Now we realize this may be something that you're not used to. This is kind of what, like a little juke joint setting a throwback to the early days of the blues. And those of you familiar, you know Brownie McGee and Sonny Terry use the same format, just guitar and a harmonica. So we want you to get in juke joint mode, okay? So think like that. I know it's not, you don't have the sound of the hard beating drums and the 3 screaming guitars, and you know, so this is what we call the cool blues. So we just gonna be cool. But y'all don't have to be cool. Hit the bar and act a damn fool. Hey, Lurie, let's do Sonny Boy Williamson song. Don't stop me to talk. We got some guests in here too that hopefully I might be able to coerce into gracing the stage with us a little bit later. We have Melvin Smith is in the house, great bass player, former SOB, currently with Lurie Bell's bass player and manager, and of course Matthew Scola. Hop man extraordinaire. And is Avery Young still in here?
I'm still here.
Avery Young, one of Chicago's finest. I don't know what category to put him in, but he's a hell of a singer. He's a hip-hop artist. He's a rapper. He's a poet. Give it up for Avery Young, too. My brother Clement Bashir, another great harmonica player. And so we're going to do something like that. Gee, Lurie.
Okay.
Well, I'm going down the road, stop found a maid, till found what I heard, boyfriend say, stop me to talk, I tell everything I know. Well, I'm going down the road, stop found a maid, till found what I heard, boyfriend say, don't start me to talk, I tell everything I know.